I'm the only one. Now, adding this to the intro for every single episode so that you can see exactly what we start off with. This is our starting location. So within the next hour, we're going to be kicking this off. Get off there, cow. I'm so tempted to give that cow a good whack. Just can't get the animals these days. Building. Greetings, crafters. Welcome. This is a special episode. Now, if you've watched the previous episode, which is number 25, you'll notice that where we are stood, we took down an entire mountain. Well, since that episode we've done quite a bit of work, and we now have a Nether transport system. So this special episode is going to be an explanation of how the Nether transport system, both for players and items, actually works. So Winter Styrium is on the server with us. Say hello.
Hello.
And, well, he has a job to do catching sheep. And, well, if there's cows around, feel free to grab them as well, but it's not really necessary. Just sheep that we need a lot of to start with. Oh, and don't forget, feel free to breed the sheep as well. Not that either one of us have probably fetched anything for breeding with us.
No, I get something.
No. Didn't think so. So, just in case for those that are wondering, the sheep will be in episode 26. So keep an eye out for that. So, I'm just going to stone Winter for what he did right just before the start of the video.
Time to go.
So, let me explain how this works. This channel that we've got here is going to run all throughout the farm. So at the moment we've just got it going, well, basically up one side. But it can go, well, we can have multiple channels feeding in. So to show you what's underneath here, and the clicking, yep, is going to get annoying. So we've got a channel here, and we can have all of these subterranean channels dropping into this one channel, which then goes around to this wonderfully complex little corner. So the first 4 hoppers here feed into the storage chests. So basically, if we have a surge of more than 20 stacks or 20 different types of items, then it will overflow. These 4 here are for the overflow, and they drop into this chest. So the overflow mechanism feeds them down into this item elevator, and that sheep has to go because he's annoying me. Oops, let's not pop our head up through the hole. And this item elevator just chucks them back into the aqueduct. The act of doing that resets the 5-minute timeout on items, so the items will never despawn. And if I'm blunt, if you're getting more items than 8 hoppers can handle, then you're either doing something wrong, or holy my god, what the heck are you doing to create that many items? But anyway, chest storage is pretty much simple. It stores items, and all the items make their way down, and then they feed this item elevator, which is a rapid item elevator with a burnout clock, and find the hole I made, and they get chucked through the portal. Which goes into the Nether. Now we're going to take this portal, which is designed for foot traffic, and go into the Nether. And as you can see, the two portals are in close proximity. Why do I have two gas together in the Nether? That's very disconcerting. Has that been... oh no. Anyway. So the items are being chucked through at speed into the hoppers. And the reason why there's a load of items there is because we were in the overworld. The problem is when you chuck items from the overworld into the Nether, then the Nether isn't loaded. So the items just sit and pool in the middle of the portal, and as soon as you load the Nether, all those items that you chuck through drop through the portal in one go, which basically overloads the hoppers. So what you can do is you start the items being chucked through from the overworld, and then you come to the Nether. Now normally if that's not in the spawn chunks, which where we were is not in the spawn chunks, then that would be unloaded and the items would stop coming through. This system is designed for a single person to be on. Now Winterstarium is there in the farmland, but this little device here, which is chucking stone back through the portal, will keep the overworld loaded while you are in the Nether. So its operation is very simple. It's just a filter. Seen plenty of these back in spawn, but we filter out stone how empty are we? Oh, we got plenty in there. Filter out stone to an item elevator, which slowly chucks them through the portal. So that act alone recycles the stone round and round and round in a loop and keeps the overworld loaded. Now bear in mind, by doing this, will kill your ticks per second. So as you can see on the right hand side, it's going from 13 to 18. Now normally this would be around about 20. Oh, and we get a 9 there. Because it has to, the server has to calculate not only the spawn chunks, not only the Nether chunks around you, but also the chunks around the overworld. And, of course, the movement of items. So the rest of the transport system is actually relatively simple. In this case, we've opted for 2 channels of hoppers. So one above each other so that, well, it'll feed both channels, and if they start backing up, which is entirely possible, then they'll just fill up nice and full. So hoppers go down here into this lot of storage. This is where we start killing the server. Now this hopper line here comes from our pigman killer. I really want to kill him, but no. I'll behave. and feeds into pretty much the same thing again for this nether portal. Burnout clock to power, and thank you. Away it goes. And this is where we get a ton of lag, because we're now transporting items through two portals at the same time. Where does this portal go? Well, of course it goes back to the spawn chunks. Specifically, there's nobody in the nether. Winter, can you do me a favour?
What's up?
Can you jump into the nether for me, please? Use the portal, and then just sit in the nether.
Okay.
Hopefully it won't cause a problem with the direction of item travel. But
which portal? The portal that where the items are, or the portal we walk through?
Walk-through portal.
Okay.
There we go, getting items through. So, this lot. Okay, who chucked coal ore into it? Actually, that might have been me. I meant to retrieve that. Oh well. Never mind. So, all of these items flow down here. Which this is, of course, our spawn chunks now. Into our item elevator. As you can hear, away it goes. Which I might add, our item elevator looks a bit like a warp core. And still continues up. And this is our filter and storage system. As you can see, they're coming up quite nicely. Why would we have eggs in the aqueduct again? Aye.
Good question. That wasn't me. Honestly.
Where the heck are the eggs coming from?
Probably have loose chickens downstairs or something. Or somewhere. Oh, is it possible they might be going into the moat?
Oh, there might be chickens floating at the top of the kill chamber for the moat. That might be what it is. That will also explain why we're getting lag on the server as well. So, the items in the aqueduct, unless of course the storage is full, like it is for the eggs, then float around for all of the filters, which we've covered filters in previous episode. So that is basically how you do item transport system in the Nether. The only thing that isn't covered... Wow, okay, we've got a horse in the kill chamber, as well as a chicken.
Ooh, well, that's poor horse.
Why is that horse not drowning? Oh, Mojang, I think you've got a problem here. Great. So the only thing not covered in that is, well, if you've got a large distance to go in the Nether, then you're obviously going to have a person that is riding on in a minecart on rails along with minecarts with chests. Basically, any sort of distance in the Nether, don't use hoppers. So, minecarts with chests, load them up, transport and unload. Hopefully, people have found that interesting, and touch wood, it'll give you guys some ideas. Now, we're going to be having item transport systems from a second ocean monument, which we're going to turn into a grinder. Spoilers. And we're also going to have item transport from the mesa. At the moment, we're manually transporting the clay from the mesa, which we could do with an item transport system for it, as well as all the resources that are around that area as well. The mesa is, I think it's about 1,500 blocks in the overworld from spawn, which basically you divide that by 8 for the distance in the Nether. So that's like 200 blocks in the Nether. So yeah, that's going to have to be a minecart, because I am not going to use 200 hoppers to transport items through the Nether. So, if you like this video, feel free to leave a like. Don't forget, I live stream various games, including Minecraft, on my Twitch account. Feel free to follow me on Twitch. twitch.tv/ComWarrior69. I also tweet when I release videos and when I'm live streaming. Just do a search for me. Again, ComWarrior69. We're starting to get a pattern again here. And for those that have Discord, I do of course have a Discord server. Feel free to come and join. The Discord link will be in the description. So that's going to be all from me for this special. And of course, Winter Skyrim, you can return to the farm now, Winter.
Thank you.
So say goodbye as well.
Bye.
And bye from me.
Here come the drums, here come the drums. Baby, baby, baby.